everyone, thanks for tuning in to watch this video. Thank you again to everyone who has subscribed to get notifications of my new videos. Dance has gone back, so I'm actually going to have some progress. Super exciting, and you know, it is my life. Today is brought to you by coffee, as always. Love the stuff, yum. Sometimes wish I could have an intravenous drip of it, but then I wouldn't get to taste it, so it's a bit... Anyway, I'm going to try to be as succinct as possible. I haven't actually put together a list today. I've got a house inspection coming up soon, so I really should be cleaning, but I wanted to make a video, so cleaning can wait. I'm going to go through the pile I've got here. Hopefully once I go through it, I've covered everything I want to. I'm going to start with something a little different. Not going to start on my whip updates because I'm going to discuss storage, and one of my whips is in the storage, so we'll dive right in. I'm going to actually try and insert a video here. It's the way I cut my floss. I did mention that I went through and cut everything, bagged it all up, so try and insert a video here. So hopefully you can see this okay. I'm trying a new system. You can see got the skein of thread that hasn't had anything done to it. I simply put the scissors through the loop at one end, cut, separate as I pull it open, then I put the colour or the number, whatever you want to call it, up through, and sometimes it plays nicer than others. Bring it down so it is even again, and I just pinch it closed so it makes it a little bit easier, and then just thread the DMC label over the top, and now that is done. Sometimes you get a little bit that just comes off, and my thread's ready to stitch with. Hopefully that worked. If not, I'll figure out another way to do it if anyone's even interested. That being said, this is how I store my floss. It's a little men's travel bag from local department store. I've got little keyring chain here, and it's got the number of the floss in it. And then you open it up here. It's actually quite handy. It opens up like this, little zip, and all of my floss, this way, sits in there in little baggies. They're obviously in order, and yeah, I find it super handy, super helpful. I know where to go. I know, Bubba. Yeah. Sorry, Luna's wanting to have some. Hey, baby. She wants a cameo. Yeah, so I find it really helpful. It'll be even better when I get all my floss actually in it, but I'm really loving it, and I can, you don't care. I've got 12 of them for the whole collection, which I now have. Yay. So that's the storage for all my floss. This head size, double head size, is how I take my cross stitch with me. As I have said, or maybe not, I do the majority of my stitching at dancing. I spend about 15 hours a week there, every week, and I've got nothing to do. I'm not one that can just sit there and talk like the other mums do, and they want to talk, so I can't read. So cross stitch is awesome. Opens up just like this, and inside there's quite a lot of goodies. So first of all, key snap. I have recently discovered them, love them so much. I used to stitch in hand, which I can still do, but I find it just relieves my hands a bit because the pressure of having to hold the fabric taut is, you know, a drain. I've got it's actually a tackle box that I bought off AliExpress, magnetized, always looking for things to use them in other ways. So yeah, I keep all of my spare needles in there. I used to stitch one colour at a time, and I would thread all of my needles so I didn't have to stop to thread. That's why there's so many. Probably don't need that many, but whatever. Little Ort thing that a fellow stitcher in the Canberra group made for us. Quick unpick. Hate to use it, but hate it even more when it's not in there. Again, these are the needle minders I use, just really strong magnets from Officeworks. I've got scissors. I do normally have a second pair of scissors, which I use for the fishing line, because I always take gridding with me in case I've got time but can't concentrate or can't pull out my whole bit. And then I've also got the thread of what I'm working on. Now, I am missing one thread. Think I put it away instead of putting it into that, but anyway, so that's, I've got 2 whips on the go. One which is at the moment quotes to live by, and the other is motherhood for my nephew. Didn't actually work on it at all this week, so no updates, but that's in there because I really should get it done. My nephew's 18 months old now, and I think I said, you know, she's got another little bundle on the way, so I've got to get going. Anyway, I will show you Connie G. So I have caught up. There's month 1, month 2, and month 3. I am loving this so much. I need to buy like all of her designs, so I've always got, so it's obviously, I think it's black work is what it's called, obviously not doing it in black. It is so quick to stitch. Now the third one gave me a bit of trouble. I spent an hour trying to figure out why it wasn't lining up. Ended up being my border was out by 1. So that was frustrating, but it is what it is. As I said, all caught up, going to try and get the borders done before I actually put this away for waiting. Loving it. Like, the colours, I can't get them to show true to life in any of my photos. Oops, that was the door. Sorry about that. But yeah, they're just, I love it. It looks so much better in real life than it does on the video or in my photos. So I'm sorry about that. But yes, Connie G Sal, caught up, upset about it, but what can you do? Now, the other thing that I've spent a lot of time on is quotes to live by. I'm changing colours, as I think I told you. It's hard, like really difficult. I have OCD, and I've always been concerned that I'll make it too samey. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but hey, I'll stitch it up. If it looks like crap, I'll just stitch it again, because this is fun as well. So last time I think I had finished the border. I have now selected the colours for the first section, have done the little outline of the quote, and have started the second. So yeah, that, I'm loving it. I really am. And I just want to stitch on it at all times. But unfortunately, I need to adult and clean the house. So I think that'll be some bed work tonight when I am not ready for sleep, but my body has decided enough is enough. Only got another couple of things to go. So I'm sorry, this video is going to be like so much shorter than I expected, but maybe that's a good thing. Folder, I love A5. Now, I don't know what it is. I love small things, like, oh, adorable. This is what I have my paper charts in. Now, I don't work from paper charts, but I am so freaked out that I'm going to lose a chart. I've decided to print all the paper charts. So that's Fairy Bubbles, and I'm pretty sure I've also got Motherhood in here as well. So I've got 2 of, 120 printed out. I'll fill it with as many charts as I can and buy a new one when I need to. But yeah, so won't actually ever be working from these, and I'll try and, I want to show something without actually worrying about it. It's like super duper duper tiny. There's, like, I mean, I could work from it because I like, as I said, I like A5. My writing is actually really super small when I write, so I could work from it, but I hope to not have to because I have Goodreader and my iPad, and that's amazing. But just to save my tush and make me feel better, I've got paper charts. Now this, I'm really nervous about. I bought linen. I only ever use 18 count, but we are approaching the 100 subscribers a lot sooner than I expected, and I want to gift a chart which I have designed. Before I do that, I think it's always a good idea to test stitch it because you know what you think of and it may not actually look good. But I also am concerned that not a lot of people use Ada anymore. It's all about the linen and the even weave. So I went to my LNS and I picked up a small piece. I actually don't know how big it is. I just picked a random one that was within my budget. Okay, it's actually quite a decent size. Yeah, so that is 32 count linen in a natural colour, and I am going to finish designing. My lighting is really bad. I've got to find a better place to record because apparently my desk is not ideal lighting conditions. Yeah, 32 count linen. I'm going to do my test design on this to make sure it looks good. I've got the design in my head. I just need to chart it. I will be stitching it in DMC because I have the entire collection. I'm nervous to use a, what is that word? The colour change. You know the floss that changes colour? It's not coloured. You are screaming at me right now, rightly so. Whatever that is, I'm too nervous to stitch something like that. I'm not sure how it'll work and how it'll look. So one new thing at a time, going with the linen. We'll be stitching it in DMC, but the winner will receive specialty thread. I'm not sure what brand. I think there's 3 at my LNS. I will contact the winner and see what they prefer and also try and get them the fabric they prefer. Do what I can because there's not a lot of options here unless they're willing to wait for me to order it in before I send it to them. But yes, so on my way to getting the 100 subscriber giveaway together because, oh my goodness, you guys are too nice. Other than that, I think there's just the book I've read. Haven't read as much as I wanted, again, because first week back at dancing, I don't know how the kids have done it, but I am exhausted. I leave the house at 7 AM. I don't get home until like 7:30. I've been eating and going straight to bed. Like, I haven't even got my lunch prepared each day, so I've been pretty hungry as well, which probably didn't help. Roundabout way of saying I've only finished 1 book this week. I don't want to say anything negative because it's a smaller author. I have a lot of avenues in which I get unknown author books and I like to give them a go. I don't like to say anything negative about them, but I don't want to lie either. So the book I read, why is that how am I going to be able to show you without brightness down maybe? Does that help? Sort of, yes. So I Dream of Fire Parts 1 and 2 by Daphne James Huff. I really wanted to like this, guys. Like, the idea and the world she has created, oh my god, it's amazing. She just raced through it. Like, even though it's parts 1 and 2, it is on the smaller side. She could have done so much more, and I wish that she had. She just, sorry, kitty. Yeah, her idea was brilliant. The world she created was brilliant. She just rushed through everything, and I was left wanting more, disappointed, like unfulfilled. Like, it was hard. I wanted to like it, I really did, but she went too fast and I didn't get enough. So it's not something that a third part would fix. She glossed over a lot. She gave a chapter to something that could have taken, 5-6 chapters. It was just, but I guess that's the world of indie publishing. The quicker you can write, the quicker you can get it out, and some people believe that having a short book quickly is better than, a longer book and taking time. And I get it, I do, but I just don't think it's a good idea to leave your readers wanting. I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but yeah, so that's the book I read. Not actually sure what I'm going to read next. I've got a lot of freebies, and I get a lot of books with the purpose of leaving reviews. So generally I can read 2 to 3 a week because they are shorter. Hopefully I'll get back to it this week. I'm going to make a determined effort to at least read a little bit every night. Or maybe I'll just start using my breaks to read instead of cross-stitching like I did this week. But yeah, rather than rambling, I think I'm going to wrap it up. My plans for this week, I want to do something on motherhood. Motherhood needs some love. I want to have the chart designed and at least started. Don't know if I'm going to be able to. Well, I don't know if I want to show it yet, or at least until it's finished. So we'll see how I go with that. Keep working on quotes to live by. Do the Connie G border. And I think that should be enough. But I do want to get the Excel spreadsheet completed so I can just leave a little tally at the end of a video if something's changed. But I think that's it. 20 minutes-ish isn't too bad. Hopefully I'll have more to share next week as I spend more time stitching and less time helping out at dancing. I did spend 3 of the days helping in the canteen and the uniform shop rather than stitching. But yeah, I'm going to go because I'm rambling and I'm not having anything interesting to say with it. So I will let you all go and see you next week. Bye.